Like it goes back, like I said, like I have to get out of my head about this camera because it's like I feel like a part of me is trying to sound polished up in a sense,
Right.
but be myself at the same time because this camera's on.
That really just comes from a place of fear. Fear and faith cannot
When
coexist.
it comes to me, I don't fake the beat, cause I know that it's only one me. One life to live, one life to give, from everything that's deep within. Can't fake it, but I gotta take it, one day at a time for me to make it. I'm all alone and I want someone to call my own, let alone I just want someone to call my phone. All I wanna know is you real, that you always tell me how you feel. We can split.
That's what I'm working on. So yeah, they're
Like
gonna
I
see.
said, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they were gonna see the authentic side of me. Like I'm really finna be portraying the authentic side of me. Like with the mess ups, the whatever happens, like it is what it is. Like I don't care.
That's good though, because like I said, it's the. I mean, again, and like you said, it's the relatability factor. Like it's the fact that like people, because we all, we have those moments, and there are millions of. I feel like that could definitely be your point of difference as well, because there are millions of people out there who are doing, just structured content, and basically have a model of what it's supposed to look like, and they only do their videos one
Right.
way, X, Y, and Z. I mean, we went through that as well, with real life. So I definitely understand, and I think it'll be interesting. I'm sorry about the siren.
Y'all over there. Y'all got a lot going on over there.
I'm telling you, it's a lot going on in the city, but there are millions of people who are doing that, and basically sticking to one model of what it's supposed to look like and how it's supposed to be, which is fine. There's a market for that, but again, it's a point of difference for you. Because it's literally like, I don't know, people will be able to watch, and it's like, okay, we can let our hair down, we ain't worried about being too fulled up saying the right thing, X, Y, and Z. It's just a different level of authenticity that people like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it works.
And like I
It works.
said, this is me. Like I'm not like I said, I feel like I always think about how others perceive me sometimes, and it causes me to hold back on my personality. And I mean, you and I both know, like I have a big personality. Like I have a
Yeah.
very big personality, and I want to display that more. As far as like why I was even telling you the other day, like I want to be a personality in a sense. Like I want to be able to showcase my personality, but I always think about how others perceive me, and I feel like with this project, and I feel like with this project, it's really gonna help me do that. Like I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
Yes.
that. So
That's good. I
yeah,
mean, you have things to say, you have things to show, you have parts of you to express and to put out there into the world, so it's very good that you're not so much in your head, and
yeah,
basically restricting those
yeah.
things, because those very things are going to be the things that, elevate you and get you to the next level. But if you're so worried about it, and it goes back to what and sorry, I know this is like left field. This may not even have nothing to do with, your setup situation over there, but no, it goes back to what I was saying the other day. Like what was I saying?
You don't even know what you were saying,
Right,
right? So
right.
you got to get it together over there.
No, you definitely you going the right you're going in the right direction.
Yeah,
You're going in the right direction. And it's funny because I feel like if you remember, like when we first started real life, and I was like, my reason is more so for me. I feel like you have to like be like that. Like it really, you have to go into it with the mindset like selfishly. Like it's for me.
exactly,
Like it's for
exactly,
me, regardless. Like
exactly.
regardless of how it's received, X, Y, and Z, you know how you're going to receive it, and it may be something that, even if we always say, oh, if it helps one person, you may be that one
Yeah.
person, and you
Oh,
gotta you got to be okay with that. And again, it goes
right.
back to what I was saying the other day. Like you got to be okay with people not understanding you. You got to be okay with people getting it wrong sometimes, because when you're okay with that, you're not so much in your head about it. You're not
Exactly.
so much trying to fix and edit and censor and all these other things. And essentially what you're doing is cutting out parts of you. That really deserve to get light and shine as well. But you're just not getting to a place to where you have the confidence and the inspiration to show it.
And
So it's a
hopefully
good
this
thing.
and hopefully this inspiration stay, because like I feel like I would get inspired by something, and as time go on I just get uninspired. Like hopefully this inspiration stay, but I feel like it will, because I feel like it's, like I said, it's a great way for me to like really just grow as an individual, and I always want to grow as an individual. Like
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
But let me tell you what I was saying earlier when I was like how God was moving, because it's like it's so crazy how all this came about, because it's like we had that conversation and you was telling me pretty much like, you know, you got to do shit on your own. You can't always wait for another person in a sense, or you like, you know, you can show your personality without having to feed off of other people. Like it's you, like be yourself pretty much. And like I feel like I don't know, but I say that to say, damn, I lost my train of thought. That's why my head is all over the place. When I tell you, I've been like I said, like I have to get out of my head about this camera, because it's like I'm trying to sound. I feel like a part of me is trying to sound polished up in a sense, but be myself at the same time because this camera's on. So it's like I don't know.
So I don't know if you watched that Kiki and Taraji thing or whatever, but that really just comes from a place of fear. And like she said a quote that really stuck with me for real. But fear and faith cannot coexist.
They really can't. They really
Pick
can't.
one.
Exactly.
So if you have the faith, you believe, then that's it. You know, if you know like that, you're trusting just yourself, and you're trusting yourself to be yourself, and trusting that that is enough, then there is no room for fear. There is no room for any of those other things. So, you know, you got to stick with something and flow in that. Like, rest in it, park there, let that be your place. And that's it. And if it's on the side of faith, then it's on the side of faith. And you know what to say and speak, you know, do with the fear that you feel. You know, it's not welcome right now in this season. That's just not it.
But I feel like I just be in my head about a lot of shit. And I guess that's what fear is, like me being in my head about a lot of shit. But, I mean, eventually I'll get out of it. And that's another reason why this project is like a good project for me to do, because I can like, I guess, see myself outside of me being in myself, if that makes sense. Like I'm visually seeing myself, and I'm seeing myself for who I am versus like who I think I am or who I want to become. If that makes sense, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So like me just watching back at the videos and seeing it, I feel like it's gonna allow me to fall in love with myself in a whole nother way than I didn't do it before. So it's like, yeah, that's another reason. But I'm all over the place, as you can see. I'm all over the place because I was talking about how God been moving. So God has been moving, because even when I started this project, like, so the first video, let me tell you about the first video I did. So the first video I did, I was like, I did it in like maybe 3 takes, because like I kept getting like in my head during the videos. But that's where God kind of spoke to me and said, people need to see that. Like people really need to see that, like that you're not perfect, that you're not trying to be polished up, and you're not trying to, you know, look good. I'm showing those sides of me that may not be so good. Like as far as like I mess up. Shit, who wants to show the world that they mess up? Who wants to show the world that they had to record a video like 5 times for it to be right? Like who wants to show that? And I feel like with me, I'm okay with showing that, because that's real. That's authentic. So yeah.
And the reach goes different too. Like the reach is different from it may be different from what you look like. I mean, from what you think it looks like. So, for example, it's like you're doing this with in mind, like to help somebody, but you never know those very mess ups may be helping somebody. Like there may be somebody who wants to start doing what it is that you're doing.
Exactly.
They're so in their heads as well. You know, they're so, you know, they feel like it has to be perfect. They feel like therefore, if they have that example of you, like, oh, okay, well, he's doing it, and it's not, it don't have to have so much. You know, we used to watch some videos back in the day, and it was just like, okay, well, maybe we don't have to edit so much, because there are people who don't even, you know, X, Y, Z, yada, yada.
Yeah.
It could be the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you could be helping them. You
exactly.
know, and doing something that they love, while you're still doing what you love, and you're maintaining that, the original thought of, it's out of selfishness, it's for you. You know what I mean? But you never know who you're helping along the way. In any category. It doesn't even have to be anything that you're necessarily saying, but just you making that business model as a whole, and you know, operating that way as far as authentically, and not being pulled up, and not really so much caring about looking a certain way, you know, or sounding a certain way, X, Y, Z. Like that may be the help that somebody else needs. Like that could be the very thing that pushes them like, okay, I can do this, which is still a win. It's still a win.
And not only that, it's like something I could even look back on and like see how, because of course I want to always grow. I want to always grow and overcome certain mindsets and overcome certain things about myself. Like even when I think about how people perceive me sometimes, like I think as time go on, I want to do that less. So even when I'm looking back a few years from now and seeing that, it's like, wow, I grew so much. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, and like I said, God showed me that in the moment when I was doing it, like, this is what people need to see. And it's like, yeah, because I wasn't going in with that mindset. I was going in it with the mindset
Right,
of like, I want to showcase my personality. I want people to see how I really am. But it's like,
right,
that's a
right,
part of me and that's who I really am. And I wasn't planning to showcase
right.
that, but I'm gonna showcase that.
Right. That's the thing. Like those parts that we so worry about, that we worry all the time about censoring and like building up and making it look nice, make it look pretty and stuff like that. Those are the very thing. Like in a way, it's kind of like it's kind of like self deprivation a bit. Like
Yes, for a
it's
big
like you're
word.
not
Self
really
deprivation, yes.
okay, but it's no, it is. Like it's like you're not giving those sides of you a chance. Like you're not giving those, the okay, let's say the quirky and mess up side of you is being shown. That could be the thing that draws people to you. Like that could be
Exactly.
the thing that actually
Exactly.
elevates you. Like, and that could be your brand. Like he's just quirky as hell. And then what kind how special is that? Like you literally are just yourself. Like it takes so much pressure off. Like that's it. You don't have to think when you get if and when you get booked for things or you have to go places or whatever. Like you don't have to think or get into character or whatever. Like the quirkiness is going to be there. That's who you
But
are.
that's so scary though, because it's like, what if I don't want to be seen as quirky? Or like, what if like I don't want to accept that I'm quirky? So it's like for me to be booked and to be known for
So
being
there's more
quirky,
work to be
it's so
done then.
scary.
There's more work to be done then because that's a self acceptance issue. Like if we're talking about self-worth,
Yes.
like you have to secure that before you even go into that type of thing. Like you have to be okay. Again, you have to be okay with people getting you wrong. You have to be okay with
Yeah.
people like not seeing a portion of you and drawing all these conclusions. Goes
Yeah.
back to what we were talking about the other day. Like it's the cost.
But
For
that's so
certain
scary
things.
though.
Yeah, but
It's so scary. It's so at
but
least
then
for
it goes
me.
back
At
to
least
like,
for
who
me,
is
it's
it
so
for?
scary.
It goes back to who is it for? Like, if you have the mindset that this is
Ooh.
for me anyway, then you're not gonna be disappointed by that. You're not gonna be thrown off by that. You're not gonna look at it no type of way because it's for you anyway. Everybody else is just a bonus. It's a plus. But it's not a requirement. The only requirement is that you are on board with what it is that you are doing. And as long as you are, then you're in the right place.
Well,
You're
thank
in
you
the
for
right
not thinking
place.
that I'm being combative, because I'm just telling you how I be thinking when it comes to
No,
certain
you're
things.
combative. You're
Because you be
combative.
thinking,
No,
no,
you're
you be
right.
thinking I be
It's
trying to
fine.
argue and shit, and I
You
don't even be
do.
trying to be arguing. I literally be trying to see another perspective, because like I be in my head a lot, so it's like I want to make sure that my marbles are together. So I need to hear what other
Yeah.
people feel about a topic. I'm not saying that I use them to make decisions for me, but I be
Yeah.
in my head so much that I need to hear other voices than my own voice or the voice in my head. Like, but
No, I understand.
like you brought that shit through just now, like for real, for real.
It's true. You just have to remember what it is that you're doing it for.
Yeah.
That's it. Because if you're in your mind, it always needs to be this is for an audience of one. Like that's it. Because then it takes the pressure off to be a certain way. You know that the person you're doing this for is going to accept it and it's going to help them. So what is it? That's it.
So let me ask you this though, because it's another thing I'll be thinking about too. Like, what if like I put myself out there so much and nobody wants to accept it, or nobody likes it, or nobody wants to fuck with me?
It
Like,
goes to what I was saying before. Like you can't go into it with the mindset. Like it will only feel like a failure if you set that expectation in your mind that okay, I'm
okay,
doing this for
got
other
it.
people to get on board. I'm doing this for other X, Y, and Z. That's like with me example. Not to make this about me, but
No,
there
make
are
it
plenty of
about
people.
you.
I'm sure there are plenty of people who don't think that I can sing. There are plenty of people who maybe I'm not their style. I'm not their style of music X, Y, and Z. But me, I'm never gonna stop singing because I do it for
Yes,
me. I enjoy. When I
yes,
first came into it
yes.
and started recording, it was for me. It was only supposed to be one person to ever hear it. As long as you go from that lens, like there can't be any disappointment because
Yeah.
there's no expectation attached to it. You can't measure your success by the reception of other people. Like that doesn't make you that doesn't mean that you aren't doing your thing or whatever. Like it is what it is.
I get what you're saying. Like, I understand it 100%. But in your same example that you just gave, you said you sing and you wouldn't stop singing because of what people think or what people feel. But would
Correct.
that mean that you'll sing to yourself because you're still singing in a sense? If you're singing to yourself, or would you continue to try to sing to the world? If that makes sense.
But that's the thing. I'm not singing to the world. Like I would never. What you mean? Like would I still put it out?
Yeah. Would you still put it out? Would you still be public with
Yeah,
your singing? Would you
absolutely,
still?
absolutely. And you basically got that portion of the fear so funny. Ain't it funny like how where we are like now, like sometimes we need like our own advice for the other person to remind us of our own advice. Like, because I feel like this just happened the other day when we were talking about that other subject, and you had to give me back what I said years ago, and now I'm gonna have to give you back what you said before because
What I
like
said? What the hell did I say? I say a lot of shit. What did I say?
okay, that
Okay.
you do for sure.
Okay.
But no, you were no, as far as like would I still continue to put it out? Absolutely, because in your words, there are so many people in this world. There are so many people in this world, and so let's say you're doing it again. You have to do it with the lens from just you or whatever that you're doing it for you. But okay, so you put it out. You're still putting it out there with the possibility that it may help somebody else. So it's a different thing for you to create something. Let's say, how can I put this? Let's say you create some type of resource or whatever for let's say you have like a mental health foundation or whatnot. Everybody in the world don't have mental health issues. Everybody in the world is not going to need that. Everybody in the world is not going to, not going to be a part of that. You can't then look at that and be like, wow, I'm not having too many signups for people who are doing this or X, Y, and Z, and you be able to measure your success on that. Because the success is the fact that should someone come along who has a mental illness problem, the resource is there, the avenue is there, the availability is there.
Right.
You have to keep making
Right.
the availability there. You have to keep making the thing again. It's not with the hopes of, oh, I hope I get somebody to
Yeah.
be able to listen to
Yeah.
it. No, it's just it's available. If you because I'm over here, I'm doing it for one person and that's me, and I'm gonna taste it,
Yes.
see it, I'm gonna enjoy it, I'm gonna digest it. If by chance you feel like this meal can help you over here, then by all means, it's gonna be here for you to be able to take a bite if that's what you
Yeah.
feel like you want to do.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be if nobody eats it and there's only me who's eating it. It's not now unsuccessful. It's not now in vain. It still has merit. It still
Yeah.
has value because somebody's eating off it. Number one, and
Yeah.
number two, somebody may come along who needs that particular type of meal, and there's no and you have the availability for it. Now imagine if you keep all of that to yourself. It's not really helping anybody. It's not helping
Yeah.
anybody at all, or it doesn't even give somebody a chance to be helped.